Hello students, in our last live Gmail session, we had understood the terminology marketing management that includes two words marketing and management. It means overall management of marketing as a function that involves planning, organizing, directing and controlling. So from our postgo you remove S, that is staffing, and all other functions, all other activities are performed under marketing management. In short, the activities which facilitate exchange of goods and services between manufacturers and consumers. So this is a wide scope, wide definition that would include everything, right from analyzing and planning the marketing activities to setting the control mechanisms and devising the different advertisement and marketing plans. So that is all about marketing management. It means everything that you do to create an offering, create a product, and then inform about that product to your potential buyers. And then once the sales take place, you have to take up a proper follow up. And also you have to keep on retaining the existing customers besides getting the new one. That is marketing management. Now, process of marketing management is a small subtopic under the topic of marketing management. So, if we analyze what the marketing management is, it reveals that the process of management of marketing involves first choosing a target market. It means target market for a toy manufacturer would be children. So it is also called as STP analysis, segmentation, targeting and positioning. So whenever you think about launching your product in the market, you have to first select the target market, means from whom are you creating your product or service, right? Or for what age group, or for which ethnicity group, or for which class of people. So on many bases the targeting process can happen. So here in our example, the toy manufacturer would generally manufacture toys for different age groups, like for 0 to 1 year, above 1 year, below 3 years, above 5 years, below 18 years, right? So in that range you are setting your target market. Second is in respect of target market chosen, the focus of process of management is on getting, keeping as well as growing customers. So not only you have to focus on the product but also on your customers. Now for your customers you have to see two things. First, that you have to get the newer customers so that your profit margin can go up. Second, you not only new customers but whoever you have, whichever class of customers you have to make sure that they do not leave you. So that is keeping and growing customers. Growing means making new customers or growing your customer base so that you can not only continue your sales activity but even the production continuity can happen. The third is creating, developing and communicating superior values to attract customers. Means you continuously have to communicate your offerings to your probable audience. You have to keep on informing about the features, about use, about the new variety you are adding to your existing portfolio. Right? Whatever you do, you have to communicate. Say on Diwali you offer different kinds of so your audience must know what are you doing as your brand. You might have to persuade to buy the product, you have to create new demand, or you have to keep your customers satisfied with the existing one and attract the new customers for objective of growth. And whatever product or service your firm renders, you have to communicate each and every feature, use and values to your potential buyers and persuade them continuously to buy your products and services. This can be done by devising a good marketing or advertising plan. Here also we have to study two concepts, overfull and irregular demands. Sometimes it may happen that the demand is actually so high that you are not able to meet it, right? You have spent in the past enough on say advertisement campaigns, and so your demand right now is overfull. You are not able to meet or cope with your demand. So in this case the manager may take up certain measures to curb this overfull demand. say increasing the prices so that the demand can come down. As we know, the demand and price has reverse say inverse relationship. Whenever the prices go up, the demand comes down. So to curb the overfull demand, you may increase the price or reduce expenditure on promotion, right? For time being, you may not spend heavily or you may not spend at all on your advertisement campaigns or promotional activities so that the demand can come down. And in meantime, you can increase your own capacity, say by buying new machineries or modernizing your existing plants so that you can cope that overfull demand. Second is irregular demand. Irregular demand means say cyclical or seasonal demand, or the demand which does not follow any particular pattern. In this case, the producers may adopt the way of offering incentives to buyers during off seasons, right? So you may just reduce a little bit of your profit margin and your products can be sold by giving good amount of incentives, discounts, schemes, commissions to your sales agents, etc. Next is marketing management philosophies. Philosophies are nothing but the guidelines or the pattern of evolvement of the present market philosophies from the first one. Now that would also depend on organization, which kind of philosophy are you following. But generally in the current era, in the current times, we all follow societal marketing. So philosophies are priorities of the factors in which you would like to achieve your organizational objectives. You would focus on certain areas that would give your product or service an edge in the market, right? For example, it is the organization's philosophy or the central belief system which decides if the organization will focus on features of the product or packaging of the product or the pricing of the product or making it available across frontiers. And so the concept of or the philosophy of marketing has evolved over a period of time. The various marketing concepts can be seen here. There are basically, just a moment, production, product, selling, marketing. There are 5 philosophies, 5th is missing out here, and this has to be studied in sequence only. First is production concept, second is product concept, third is selling concept, fourth is marketing concept that I have missed out here, I will be adding it later, and the last one, the current philosophy that is going on, is societal marketing concept. So let us explore these philosophies one by one. In our litho note, I have given all these philosophies at a glance, as well as on the top of each paragraph I have written the key words. So those keywords are very important. And also from this chapter, there are very few topics which are asked directly without involvement of any case study. This is one of them, right? So please make sure that you remember, or at least you try to learn the keywords or the central idea of each and every philosophy, and it's not so difficult also. Say production concept. Production concept is where the organization, see this is the page of our litho note. During the earlier days of industrial revolution, the demand for industrial goods started picking up, but the number of producers were limited. So what happened? Demand exceeded the supply. Of course, we were huge in number at the time also, as far as population is concerned. So our demand were always in highs compared to the supplies, which were quite in lows. So anybody who could produce the goods, they were able to sell whatever their production was. And the focus of all the business activities was on the production of the goods. So production was a key concept here. People believed that the profits could be maximized by producing at large scale. No matter what quality you offer, just keep on producing and make sure that your products are widely available at an affordable price. So these two are also the keywords. Widely available means you have to make your products available at maximum point of sales and at the affordable price. Now here the price can be made available, made affordable, because anyways you are producing in bulk. So that would give you the advantage of economies of scale, and large production would make your per unit cost down. So availability and affordability of the product were considered to be the keys to the success. So greater emphasis was placed on improving the production and distribution efficiency of the firms. Second is product concept. Now production concept, we then descended to product concept. Now when we had a lot of supplies of the good, because in the first we concentrated on production concept, now people had a lot of producers to choose from, because everyone were manufacturing the same kind of products. So now people started to looking for products which were different in quality or superior in quality, performance and features. We always, being human, always would like to choose from greater varieties. So at that time also the monotonous offering made people to think about the different options. So they looked for other features in terms of quality and performance and even the cost. Therefore, the emphasis of the firm shifted from quantity of production to the quality of products. So this is the second keyword. From quantity in the first concept, we moved to quality of products. So the focus of business activity changed to bringing continuous improvement in the quality, incorporating new features, and so the product improvement became the key to profit maximization. So here whoever innovated won the war, right? So you have to make sure that you not only produce in bulk quantities, but also you try to produce goods having multiple features that can give different looks and variety to people. So that is product concept, wherein you focus on the product itself and not only on the production. That is, we are shifting from quantity to quality. The third is selling concept. Now this is very natural. After first and second philosophy, when we have enough production mechanisms, we are also concentrating on the features of the product. Now everyone is concentrating on the features of product. So now it depends on your selling efforts, that how are you able to win the competition. So selling concept states that the increase in the sale of business further improved the position with respect to supply of goods, resulting in increased competition among sellers. This led to greater importance to attracting and persuading the customers, because now we have quantity as well as quality both available to the customers. So now they will be going to those sellers who can persuade them, who can coax and cajole them about buying decisions. So the business philosophy changed. The firms must undertake aggressive selling and promotional efforts. So this is the key. Make your promotional campaigns so aggressive that people buy those products only. The use of promotional techniques like advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, etc. will have to be used. ये सारी जो यहाँ पे mention हुई I will be explaining in our further topics, because this is completely a new topic which is given separately after say half of the chapter, at the end of the chapter. So selling concept involves use of all the mediums of advertising to spread awareness about the product range amongst current and prospective consumers. Next philosophy is marketing concept, that I will be sending in my next video. After marketing, we have societal marketing concept. These two are the last marketing management philosophies.